Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all for joining and welcome to this. Is this a webinar? Is it a workshop? Is it a jam session? I don't know what this is called at all, but I'll tell you what it is. It's something where we're going to teach you how to build automation to scale yourself. And I always like to start with this concept of what is the difference between scale and growth. And scale and growth, two great words. We all want them in our business. In my opinion, one is better than the other. And I'll tell you why. Because scale is increasing our output without increasing our inputs. Growth, on the other hand, is increasing our inputs while increasing our outputs. So scale basically means we're growing, we're making more money without having to invest more money. And I think that sounds good for all of us, whether you work for a massively large corporation or you're a solopreneur or anyone in between. We all want to scale. And automation is the absolute best way to scale your business. Darius is with us. The Oracle is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We are super fortunate to have him. Ina is in the house. We've got the experts here. I'm simply your host, and I'm starting to feel like a radio DJ here. We've got people pouring in the room. It's always good to see.
Welcome.
Long-time listeners, maybe some first-time joiners.
What
Rob
we would like
Botts
to do
is in the
too,
house.
just some house cleaning things, guys. If you have any questions, always drop those into the chat. Let those be heard. We're going to answer those. Also, if you guys want to, we'll have some time here at the end to talk about some specific strategies. So if you guys want to propose something you're trying to automate, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about some concepts first, and then that'll give you guys some ideas of like, here's maybe some things I could automate. And then if you guys want to drop in, how would I do this? Or how would I go about that? Feel free to chime in at any point in this conversation. This is an interactive room. That's why we decided to do it in this format versus the standard webinar. So you guys can see we're all active here. We're all equal participants in this meeting. So we'd love for you guys to participate. I do encourage everyone to drop their questions, communications into the chat, into the Q&A, and we will get you guys taken care of from there.
One of the things that I'd love to do is I'd love to get you guys, I'd love to understand, where are you tuning in from? So city, state, so geography. Number two is, what are your goals? Like, what would you like to accomplish, right? We're all here to learn about automation, but what specifically is it? Is it to capture more testimonials? Is it to build an automated trust sequence or an email sequence? Is it to trigger one-time campaigns? Is it to have a form on a landing page somewhere where you can get people to fill it out and then that automatically sends them an email? The sky is the limit when it comes to automation. And we really like to understand that. I'd also like to introduce Russ Johns into the house. Russ Johns is an extraordinary man. He's a true wizard, as you can tell by his beard. His hat is off to the side. You can't see it, but he is an automation expert. He is a Dubb coach. He is one of the earliest adopters of Dubb, and he has seen us go through a massive evolution of the process of building the technology and really figuring out kind of what North and South is. So thank you so much, Russ, for joining us. Russ, if you could share links to your website and your new coaching program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm humbled always, Ruben. You and Darius are doing some amazing things. I love the things that you and Rob are doing online. And as always, welcome everyone to be here. And like Ruben suggested, I want to make sure that we're interactive in this session because you have a lot of available skills in the room today. Darius is a master. Ruben is always amazing. And Rob is always coaching anybody and everyone that will pay attention on how to get better at video. So we're here to support you. And I just look forward to this event and this activity to support you in your goals and your mission. So let us know what's going on. And if you could, I would love the opportunity to maybe catch up with some of the messages here. We got Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Northern New Jersey, Sugar Land, Texas. I moved to Arizona from Houston, so I'm very familiar with Sugar Land and Fort Bend ISD and what used to be called the Skeeters, but now they're called something else, Space Cowboys, I think. But Southern New Jersey, Robert, thank you so much for being here. Janine wants to automate my sales process starting with our ebook lead magnet. Darius, that's probably a great opportunity to
that's what I was going to say. I got Patrick and Janine. We appreciate you. That's exactly what I was asking for in the beginning. Give us a couple of use cases here, guys, and you're going to get a special treat. I'm going to break down exactly step by step how you're you're going to use the Dubb system to accomplish just that. Because as Ruben mentioned, the sky is the limit. And if it's your goal, we can probably do it here. So perfect. Jeff, got your contribution as well. I think we're ready, guys. We're going to go ahead and jump in. And again, if you guys see some use cases in the chat and it sounds like something similar, something you'd like to accomplish, tell us your use case as well. And we're going to get to everyone that we can here. So the first thing, guys, is the concept of automation. The whole point of automation is to take the actions that you would do yourself that you simply do not have the time or the bandwidth or the patience to do and perform those actions for you on your behalf. So let's say, for example, let's take Janine's example, the ebook thing, right? You have an ebook out there. And when somebody goes and downloads your ebook, you'd like to send them a message right away, right? And say, hey, thanks for downloading my ebook. Here's the next options. And then ideally, you'd like to follow up with them if they don't respond, maybe a day, 2 days later, and say, hey, we saw you download the ebook a couple days ago, but didn't book a meeting with me yet. Let's talk. So like that would be a perfect example of something that if we had all the time in the world that we would do, that we should do. We should be following up with every single lead with a regular cadence so that we're not letting money fall off the table. And so Janine, thank you for that concept or the use case there. And this again is a perfect demonstration of the concept that we're talking about. Let's take another example. Like let's say if you're in real estate or any kind of professional services and you guys have some kind of lead or Facebook lead or an advertisement out there, and then that lead gets generated at midnight, right? Someone's shopping for homes at 10 o'clock at night. You are obviously not going to be there on your phone ready to speed dial these people as they're filling out a form, but the technology can do this for you. Not only that first message, so as soon as the lead is submitted, they're getting that autoresponder, they're getting that immediate follow-up. Because if you guys aren't aware of this yet, the lead, speed to lead, the time to respond is very critical. People want to be responded to when they are engaging. And this is again, when automation is that factor that can allow us to do that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I like to sleep. I like my time off. I like my weekends, things like that. And this is how automation is enabling us at Dubb and all of our users to take that time and not have to sacrifice our business. So that is the concept that we're doing. You're taking the simple things, simple repeatable actions that you simply don't have the time or energy or bandwidth to do in your business. And you're going to automate these activities. Just one more sort of top of the funnel example. Most of us have meetings, right? Let's say we schedule a meeting with somebody and they don't show up to their meeting. That's one of the most frustrating things is to go now have to chase that person down and get them to rebook that meeting. That's a perfect example of an automation where they missed their meeting. Great. Put them into a workflow, which I'll show you here shortly. And it's going to send them a reminder and say, hey, you didn't book your meeting. Please reschedule here. And then a day later, 3 days later, whatever you want, it's going to send them a reminder again. We saw you didn't book your meeting. Please book your meeting here. So activities like this is the concept of automation. Again, it can be super, super simple, like something like that, missed an appointment, reminder to book an appointment, or it could be something complex. We're going to show both today. We're going to show both a simple workflow and a complex workflow. It can be based off of someone else had here, one of our other contributors. It was Patrick. Perfect. He wants to drip on his contacts every few months to stay in mind. So that's something like a more complex workflow where it's over a period of time, over months, or maybe even over years, where you want to continue to educate and nurture your clients because at the end of the day, right, that's what we should be doing, but we simply don't have the time, bandwidth, technology to make these things possible. So thank you for Patrick and Janine for those two perfect examples of the concepts of automation. We want to touch people regularly, but we don't have the time to every Wednesday, I'm going to send this message to all these people. You're going to forget. You're going to, things get busy. So that is the concept. I'm now going to move forward to the actual visual of what this thing looks like. For some of you that have seen Dubb before, this is not going to be brand new, but what we are going to be doing is jumping into some more details in the workflows.
And then Darius also, I was going to say also, Russ, we wanted to give you a block of time here for your presentation as well. So after Darius's walkthrough, we can have you go through some slides and then kind of show some of your workflows as well.
You bet. And I'd be curious, how many in the community here have actually experienced Dubb or have an account with Dubb and are learning more? It'd be great to see how our audience is expanding their knowledge of Dubb.
Yeah, please put 1 in the comments in the chat if you have a Dubb account, and put the number 2 if you're using automation. So 1 if you have a Dubb account, and then 2 if you're using Dubb automation. This will give us context as to how we can best teach this.
So what I'd like to start with, guys, is actually something maybe many of you have experienced. If you have signed up to Dubb, you will have received some emails, maybe even some text messages. This is an example of the workflow that we have in place right now. So when you guys sign up, Dubb is automatically going to send you a welcome email with some really valuable information on how to set up your account. And then it's going to wait a day later, and it's going to automatically send you another message about another aspect of Dubb, because there's a lot of stuff we need to educate you guys on. Obviously, we're here today educating you just on one small piece of the platform. So this is an example of an automated sequence, and we use this in our business today. And the reason we do this is because that time to respond, we want when people sign up to Dubb, they get something immediately that's going to benefit and educate and nurture them. And then we want them to be touched regularly because we have a short free trial period. So we need to touch them often. So that's why you'll see this sequence, this automation sends an email, and then one day later it sends another email, because we need to be in touch with these people very frequently because we only have that 7-day window. So this is another concept that we're going to talk about today, guys, which is cadence. It means how often are you going to be using automation to contact your database or your audience. One of our gentlemen earlier mentioned he wants to touch his audience every once in a while, every couple months. So in that case, those delays would be in the weeks or months instead of days. So that would be a perfect example of a slower cadence, meaning once every few months. If you guys have a short sales cycle like Dubb, 1-week trial, then you will want a faster cadence. You want to touch them more often. If you guys are in a slower sales cycle like real estate, then you're going to want a cadence that's less frequent, right? You don't want to message somebody every single day in real estate. They're like, okay, we're looking for homes. This is going to be something that someone suggested earlier. You're touching them every so often with market updates, with newsletters. So that's a really important concept, guys, that we're going to talk about is the cadence. So I want everyone that's considering this automation today, right? Is it the missed appointment? Is it touching your audience regularly? Is it the nurturing a brand new lead like we've done here? Take a moment and just think, what would your cadence be when you are trying to automate these components of your business? What is that cadence that you're going to want to do? Is it every single day? Is it once a week, once a month? And in fact, you can have multiple cadences like we do. You can send one once a week and then something else goes once a month. There's a full combination there. So while you guys are thinking about that, how often you'd like to send your first automation, I'm going to pass it over to Russ. And Russ, this is your time, buddy. Go ahead and show us some of the stuff that you've built, not only for yourself, but I know you're working with some clients as well to make some really cool automations. So take it away.
Let me get this screen up here, because can you see that?
Wow, that's beautiful. That's poetry in motion.
So one of the things, we're starting off with a bang right here. And I really encourage people to think about what Darius just covered, because automation can cover the cadence of when you want to connect with individuals. And also, let's talk about the strategy in how you approach individuals in the beginning, because one of the things that I like to do is I like to teach. And that's why we're here today, is I wanted to share some of the ideas that I've created and implemented in my own life and in my own business. And one of the things that I want to do is share Dubb tutorials like Ruben suggested. I've been an advocate and a fan of Dubb since day one. I created lovemydubb.com. I teach Dubb. I coach people on Dubb. And there's a show every Wednesday that we cover this topic and tips about Dubb called Love My Dubb and hashtag Love My Dubb. And that shows the enthusiasm I have for this, because one of the stories is that before Dubb, as a web developer and somebody that's been in automation for a couple of decades now, the idea of creating some of these things has been challenging. There's lots of technology. You have to think about all of the steps and the processes and everything that goes into it. And what I want to share today is the idea that it doesn't have to be as complicated as it has been in the past. And the reason is because we have Dubb, and there's still strategy that's involved. There's still some things that need to take place. And also there's a lot that you can accomplish with this. But just as a simple example is on Love My Dubb, I've created a mini course using Dubb that allows individuals to get to the top of the funnel, understand, okay, here's something I can learn, and then I can actually have a trust sequence, as Rob would suggest, that allows people to understand, here's something that Russ is teaching, and it's my teaching style or my personality or something. I am going to attract, just like you're going to attract, your ideal customer and the people that want to work with you, whether it's in real estate, insurance, coaching, any of these activities can be the same model. Because once you sign up for a Dubb mini course, then what takes place is you are introduced to a video that allows someone to actually get an introduction of what that looks like. And let me share with you this what this looks like. So once the offer is in place, this course, mini course, it comes up and you sign up for this course. And once you sign up, then you're introduced to another landing site that actually confirm your email and just asks you to finish the process and go through this course. And then the next opportunity, you're going to be able to see another video produced by Dubb, and it's an email. And this email is going to be delivered in Dubb as a piece of content. And this is where you can actually increase the power of Dubb, because you're building on a sequence of, once you create the video, once you create the email, and once you create this sequence in automation, then it's just a matter of, like Darius was explaining, is this automation piece that is actually going to be built into this sequence here allows people to get each email dripped out to them. So as the first email is delivered, it actually allows you to actually, the mini course, the strategy, and then you can see the next video is about the installation. How do you install and how you actually manage the installation of Dubb? And it's just a simple process that anyone has the ability to create within the Dubb environment. The solution is there. And I think it's really important that we can actually think about, okay, I need to attract people and I need to create a video in the social environment that allows people to understand that I have something and I can deliver something at any time, day or night. And one of the things that, as we're going through this, I want to be able to kind of go through this. Let me present this, because when you attract and engage, it's a lot easier than chasing and convincing someone. And that's from my good friend, Ronald Earl Wilshire. From anybody that's from Houston might know Ronald Earl Wilshire. But I'm passionate about video because video, and Rob and I were talking about with Ruben on the Love My Dubb show, this idea that you have an opportunity to actually create a trust sequence. And each one of those steps is a piece of that sequence. So when you go through this, you have to actually achieve something and get out of your own way. And I just want to go through these really quick. So today's example was automation to grow your podcast. And I want to kind of go over this podcast idea, is that when this same sequence in your automation piece, this same sequence is built out in Dubb in this same way. Sorry. In the same way that every piece is built out. When you have a call to action, which is your form, and then you have a wait time, and this depends on your like Darius suggested, this delay system, and then you can actually delay it for a day, a week, an hour, a month, whatever it happens to be, whatever your cadence is, and then once that is, and then you get the email or an SMS delivered in your inbox or on your text messages. It works either or, and you can actually share that information and produce a result to the individual that's asking for that information. So the strategy is you have a call to action, you have something of value. I like to create a mini course because I can use that to create a mini course right into Dubb. It's a simple process that, and I won't say it's simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just create something that allows individuals to connect with you. And even to make this even more simple, you can actually use a video and then a call to action. And I'll go over this in a second, and use a call to action to book a time. So it's incredibly simple to do this if you want to create a video. So you can create a video. Let me close this. So you can actually start this up. You can create a video. Let me go to this video.
I was like, yeah, if you're using the camera, it's usually hard to double use them, but you
So I'll use this FaceTime with the mirror box. Yeah. So then you can actually record this 3, 2, 1, and then record an introduction to your video. And it doesn't have to, less than a minute is ideal. Explain exactly what you want, what your goal is, what your mission, and what you're going to share with everybody. And then once that video is processed, then you can actually create, you can come in here. There's a little lag time on my side because we're on Zoom. And so with this video, next, what you want to do, this is a simple process. You can create a preset that allows you to book a call to action and actually go into a design that you've already created, in your layout. So just like this layout here, you have a preset, you have your video recorded, you have your call to action, and then you can actually, if you want to get started, if somebody wants to take the next step, you will actually be led to the call to action on your page. So let's go back here and see if this is finished. And it may take a minute because I'm on Zoom. But Darius, creating the presets, the sequence works backwards in the way you do it. You can create your call to action, then you can create your presets, and then you can actually create your video. So once you've created those, let me go into video. So in this video, I'm going to open up this video. So I'm going to name this video, we'll just call this CTA. And then in the details, what I can do is I can actually create a call to action, book a call, and then the preset is, let's just say book a podcast. All right. So then when you look at this, let's open it up. So there I have the video, book a time with Russ. So if you click on book a time with Russ, then you can select a time. So with the video, a calendar insert created in your preset and a call to action, you're already set up. So now I don't have to go back and forth in email. I don't have to go back and exercise this. What time are you available? What time am I available? Oh, that doesn't work for me. So allow the individual that is working with you or wanting to connect with you to actually book a time. And you can actually make it super easy and simple for people to access you and book a time on your calendar that you have scheduled for your schedule. And then they can actually book a time. So I can go in here, I can say, okay, I want to be able to do access at 1 o'clock today. I'm going to confirm it. And then that's going to allow them to actually receive that notification, receive that information, and you'll receive the information that someone booked a time on your schedule. That means that you have a meeting event in place and you didn't have to do anything at all except send a link with this video to an individual that you want to connect with. Is this, do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions? I'm not seeing the chat.
One quick thing I want to add really quick to this, guys, this calendar tool that you're looking at, by the way, I'm going to share the link here. If you are a Gmail user, Dubb Gmail offers a free calendar tool now as well. So it looks like, Russ, you are using Calendly. Maybe
Calendly. I've been a long time Calendly.
So I'm going to put this link in the chat right now, guys. If you're a Gmail user, they actually offer this service for free now for Gmail. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now. If you guys are not already using a calendar tool and you're a Gmail user, now is the time. So check that one out.
Also, Darius, can you send the link to your actual Gmail account if it's a generic link on that way everyone can access that section on their Gmail account? I'm not sure if it's going to have a long string, but if it's a generic one, it'd be nice to get that.
I don't understand.
Okay, I'll send you a message. Thanks.
Okay. Anyways, so this calendar piece too, guys, this is just sort of a part of the automation, right? This is a specific call to action. And when we say call to action, right, that's, again, it has a couple of meanings. One is it is buttons below your videos, but it's also the offer that you're making for them to take action. So like Janine has her ebook. That is her call to action. Download my ebook to get enrolled into this series of messages. So that's the call to action for her. Again, if you guys are in a professional service of some type, like real estate or mortgage or insurance, you can have your own version of this. Download my buyer's guide, my seller's guide, my insurance guide, my health insurance tips of 2023, right? We can all come up with something like this. And in fact, we can use the AI tool to generate that content for us. Write me a short ebook on why people should buy life insurance in 2023. And then there's your little ebook. The AI wrote it for you, and you create a document for them to download and to fill out their form, and that's going to enroll them in the automation. So that's what.
And that AI assistant is called Ira. It's right there in your dashboard, and it's phenomenal to use. So, and also Darius, in the call to action, I just wanted to give an example on some of these types of. You can do a calendar, chat, document, and you can see these email, a form. If you want to capture a little bit more information when you're qualifying somebody to book a call, you can actually create a form and utilize that form in order to capture a few more details. You can do an external form if you have some forms that you already use. You can accept payments. You can access a phone number, products, website links, video reply. If you are in an industry that allows you to accept testimonials, going out to your existing clientele and community and actually asking for a video reply is a great way in order to accomplish that. Get a video reply and put that into your content and utilize that reply video feature. Embed a webinar and a web page is also available.
Speaking of, guys, this video reply, I just take a moment here. This is actually another perfect thing to automate for your business, because if you're in one of those professional services, you can use reviews on your business, right? That's a huge part of real estate agents and mortgage and insurance professionals. And a frustrating thing to do is to have to go chase down the same client, asking them for a review, asking them for a testimonial repeatedly. So this is a perfect action to automate as well. In fact, we even have a specific trigger on a workflow. I'll show this one to you right now. That is designed so that it will check, did they send you the testimonial or not? So I'll just add this really quick. Look, it's going to send an email and then it's going to check. Did they reply with a video? If you received the video reply, perfect. They sent you the testimonial. Let's take them out of the workflow. If they did not send you that testimonial, then it's going to automatically follow up with them. You see where it says no. So if they did not send a video reply, then it's going to automatically follow up with them 2 days later and say, hey, we saw you did not reply. Please send us a testimonial. So again, video testimonials are extremely powerful for every industry that's able to leverage them. That becomes your automation to drip on your new business. That becomes your social posting. That becomes leverage to win new business. And you can collect it through automation. This is literally why we built this thing, is we love to collect testimonials, as do our clients. But again, chasing people down. I love what Russ said there. Let's attract and engage instead of chase. So let's have the technology do that heavy lifting for us and collect the reviews and testimonials through automation.
I love it. And I just want to come back to this because it's really, I just want this to sink in, because, transform and change the way you think about outreach, because I don't know anyone in business that can't use a few more conversations during the week. It's a numbers game. We talked about this in the last show, but the reality is if you can actually automate some of that process, allow individuals to come into your calendar, book some time and actually attract and engage and say, okay, let's connect. You're one conversation away from getting or meeting somebody you need to connect with. So I want to go back to this idea that we can actually create a gift. We can create a gift. So create a sequence. Think in sequences. Okay, your call to action is a gift, an offer, or an opportunity, or an invitation to something. So once you have that opportunity out there, and once you create it the first time, then it's, you have it in place. It's already there. And so then you can actually take that and you can use video to deliver the introduction. That's the trust sequence that Rob talks about. The opportunity to actually, hey, put a face with a name, put a face with a voice. It's not some static email that says, hey, buy my stuff. It's a invitation to connect and develop interest and a little adoption there. And then all of a sudden, when they come into that mix, they're going to be able to add some information, capture their contact information through this process, and allow you to actually understand, who am I talking to? Am I connected on LinkedIn? Am I connected on social? Is this a new individual into the world of Russ or not? And so all of a sudden, with that link, you could say, I want to have them or allow them to book a time that works for their schedule. So I'm going to put some opportunities in my schedule and open it up to allow them to book time so I can have a conversation. And then using automation, it's booked, it's on my schedule, it's already taken care of. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to adjust anything. I don't have to go back and forth. So it's a super simple process. And then this same principle, whether it's a podcast or it's a live stream or it's a content creation coaching opportunity, you have the opportunity to do this with any business. And I challenge you to that, because I invite you, if you want to DM me, you can sign up for a strategy session and we'll go through that opportunity, and I'll walk you through your ideas on what needs to take place. And I'll follow up with you after this session, and we can actually book some time and go through this process with you. Because I don't know, Darius, have you ever had an occasion where you weren't able to help somebody come up with a strategy for this?
No, I mean, it's all it takes is those moments of saying, what is it that I'm trying to automate? What's the most valuable thing that I can automate in my business? And like a perfect example of, again, what you were just showing there was that lead magnet, getting into a workflow and nurturing those people to the point of a booking. But let's say they did the booking. Let's say we have the call. And then what percentage of those people don't convert into a paying customer? Do we want to continue to chase those people down manually? Because there's going to be a whole group of people there. That's, again, a perfect thing to put into another workflow. So every single client that we've had a meeting with that didn't convert, this is, again, in every professional service, software, any real estate, insurance, mortgage, all of those things where you've had a meeting with somebody, you had a call and they did not purchase, right? They didn't buy right away. Do we want to continue to chase those people down? If we had all the time in the world, yeah, we'd call them and text them and email them all day, every day until they did or said no. And that's, again, the concept of the automation. Take that off of your plate. Don't leave money on the table and still do the things you're supposed to be doing, but without overwhelming yourself and without, not performing those actions at the times you need to. So
I'll show you a perfect example of that. And you guys have seen this on my dashboard. This is my dashboard. This is my everyday thing. I've created almost 2,500 videos. I've got total views of that video is 11,000, almost 12,000. And the call to action clicks is almost equal to the number of videos I put out there. So imagine, if you will, having that work for you 24/7, 365 days a year. That's an incredibly powerful tool that allow you the opportunity to, go on and do some other things, get creative and produce results in other areas. So I encourage you to think about the transformation from going to, okay, I'm going to do one-to-one. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to send a little message out to individuals, which is, it's powerful, and continue to do that. However, you can also leverage video to where others can actually find you. And one of the most powerful tools I love to use is I can create something of value, deliver a call to action, and send it out into a message in LinkedIn. I can send it out into Gmail. And also if you go to, let's just go here, and I can say, book Russ. And this could easily be sent to this LinkedIn, book a call now. It's like, why download a PDF when you can talk to a real person? So it goes to book a call. And that same idea, you could actually do a link. You could sign up for a URL that is uniquely you, and you could actually direct that to your Dubb page that allows you to create a video and a calendar invite. And that's the only thing you can use that all day long, every single day. And then when you share that out on social, or you share it out on email, or you share it out on anywhere into the world, out there into the world, into the ether, people can connect with you. So
in fact, what a lot of people will do is they'll actually take their Dubb video page and they'll put it into their email signature. So right in their email signature, it'll say,
yep,
meet me. And they'll click it and it says, hey, thanks for checking me out. If you'd like to talk to me, book a time below, give me a call or text, or check out the website, fill out the form, right? Whatever assets you want there below. That's a very common thing for people to put that little introduction right in their signature. And that's everywhere. The same thing goes for if you guys are active in social, like the link in bio thing, right? Where you have one link on the top of your Instagram, etc. That is exactly what a Dubb video page is built for as well. All of your social links, your calendar, your website, phone contact information, everything there, including that personal video from you, that makes a really good link in bio as well. So lots of places. Yeah, Bo, sorry. The sound is only stopped for you, my friend. Zoom is not liking you.
Oh, no.
So I want to do a little pause here, guys. I know we've covered a ton of information, got sort of into the complexity a little bit, but I want to ask, to just take a moment here. Does anyone have any questions about forms, about triggers, calls to action? Does anyone want to say, what about this type of sequence, or have a question or any feedback now? We have 20 more minutes. I have a couple more things to show you guys in terms of some of the fancier stuff, but I want to make sure that if anyone has some specific questions or use cases, that they get shown that here, exactly how it's going to accomplish. So we mentioned earlier, I know Janine, you had yours, the ebook workflow. I think we've covered that one pretty well. It's just like Russ's, where he has that mini course download. It's almost identical, where instead of you're getting a course, yours is an ebook. And then after they download that ebook, they're going to get enrolled into an automation. And so after that automation triggers, it's going to be based on whatever you want to happen, Janine. Is it following up with them once a day, once a week, more often or less often? Up to you. And then what was the other one? Our other solid use case there was from our buddy. Sorry, I'm just going to try to go back there. It was.
While you're looking for that, Darius, I want to mention also that in Dubb, you have a bio link as well. So you could create a page specifically with your Dubb bio link within the program and share that out as well. And that's a great way to actually include people in that without any other complexity other than creating it. So
absolutely correct. Patrick was the other one. He wanted to send contacts every few months. So this is actually the two different examples there. So Janine's was probably frequently, because someone just downloaded her ebook. She wants to touch them frequently to get them to convert. And then Patrick's is the opposite. He's like, hey, I want to touch someone like once every 3 months, 2 months, and eventually I'll be top of mind. So exactly the same process here on Dubb. What I want to do though is just talk about a couple of the little bit of the technical stuff. So while you guys want to drop in any strategy, anything we want to discuss further, Dwayne, I got your piece there. Actually, I'll answer that in a moment. I just want to talk about some of the technology and the way that it works. So Dubb can send emails and it can send text messages right from these workflows. But there is a prerequisite to this. To send emails, you have to connect your own email provider. So if you're a Gmail or Outlook user, you can actually connect your own Gmail and Outlook directly to Dubb. And these automations are going to be sent out through your own email. So they're coming directly from you, not from an automated server or something like a MailChimp. It's actually going to come straight from you. And the benefit of that is that the deliverability is much better. Now, the downside of that is there are limitations, right? Like Gmail and Outlook can only send up to 300 emails per day. So if you have a Gmail or Outlook account, you couldn't necessarily put 10,000 10,000 people into a workflow. There is opportunity for this. We would need another email provider though. If anyone is looking to send mass emails, let me know in the chat. I can share an article with you that will help you send mass emails through automation. Or if anyone wants to send mass SMS messages through automation, same thing as well. We have two little very valuable articles here for those things, the SMS and the mass email. And I'm actually going to show you guys where you can find these as well. Just so I want to teach you guys how to fish for yourselves, not necessarily just feed you. So this is how we would do it. Dubb has a really great support center, which is our chat and live training. So right on the dashboard, we're going to have this ability to chat with us. So this little green button that's going to take just a second to load. When you click this is the place you can talk to us. You can see I'm in this room. This is not robots. You're talking to us real right here under 15 minutes. I'm going to share with you two articles. This first one is for mass email, guys. If you want to send more than 300 emails a day, you want to send 10,000 emails, I'm going to share this article into the chat right now. And so the link will be there, but I've also showed you how to find it yourself. It's there waiting for you. The next article I'm going to show you is for SMS. So if you guys want to send out bulk SMS messages right from the platform, then just type in the word SMS. And there's actually a few providers there. So just this first article, what we recommend today is Twilio. It's the most cost-effective. It's the most cost-effective solution for sending bulk SMS right now. So we recommend Twilio, and we have a really great integration with them that allows for two-way conversations, text messages through automation, and of course, basing the automation based off their behavior. I showed you guys that earlier. If they click the video, if they respond to the video, send you a video, that's all active through text messages as well. So again, that was sort of the technical part of sending the messages is if you want to send tens or thousands or hundreds. Now, I don't recommend starting with tens of thousands, right? No. I recommend starting with something smaller scale to get the feel of how you can automate these parts of your business. Try with one person, 5 people, 10 people. And then that way you're like, wow, this is really powerful. I can take all these past clients that didn't purchase, and now I can drip on them once a week until they respond to me. So those are really the kinds of concepts that we want to cover for you guys. And the support I just showed you, I'm myself in there every weekday. Russ is available every day for support like this. So if you guys have anything you need to do, don't let the technology or your own blocks, stop you from doing this. You have all the support you need. Like both of us, we can personally help you. I can set this up dozens, hundreds of times. In fact, we can talk strategy. We can talk cadence. You want to say, hey, I needed some more one-on-one, and come to the live training and say, what do you think about this? Or how often should I send these emails? So these options are available for you guys. You want to talk to experts, they're here. We're here for you. So you have the technology at your fingertips. You have the expert guidance you need to build these things. All that's left is for you to determine what you're trying to accomplish. Do you want to make your lead follow-up easier? Do you want to stop chasing down missed appointments, collecting testimonials, top of mind marketing? Like if you're in real estate or a mortgage, you got to bump those people every so often. There's really countless applications there, and it's just a matter of you determining what you'd like to do, and then come to us and say, here, this is what I want to do. How can you help? And then that's how we're going to be able to help you. What in fact, I have a special bonus here for anyone that's in real estate, and would like to turn on automations. We have some scripts that are pre-written, already built workflows. Unfortunately, they're just for real estate right now because we can only really write good scripts for so many industries at a time. If you're in real estate and would like to take a look at our automations, let us know here. Shoot me an email. My email's in the chat, Darius@Dubb.com, and say, I'd like some pre-built automated real estate emails. And so we can give you guys a document here that'll allow you to copy and paste this into your sequences, change it up if you want, but that's a special bonus that we have for you guys here today if you're in real estate specifically. We're working on other verticals so we can have templates for everybody, but real estate's what we have right now. So
I'm working on the podcasting vertical. So
nice. Okay, so anyone has a podcast they want to run, our man Russ here is going to
live stream or podcast
streamlined sequence for you to get people into your podcast. So
absolutely. And also, I just want to give a shout out. I see if you're familiar face, Bill has been part of the community over on my side of the equation and working in real estate, and he's been doing some awesome work in his Dubb accounts, and we're working together to get him even more visibility and traction in the market as well. So welcome to the episode, Bill. Thanks for being here, man.
We appreciate you. Okay, guys, now's a chance. We got some more time here. What do we got? I'm going to go back through my questions here and make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, let's go through this.
David, how about a wait list for an online community? We're hoping to have about 5 emails spread for about 5 weeks. cadence. That's perfect. So you have the cadence there where I'll share my screen again. So remember, I opened this presentation sort of talking about cadence, right? How often you want to send your messages. So just come back to that existing workflow. Instead of every day here, meaning 1 day delay, those would simply just be a week. You'd wait 1 week between those delays. And then as soon as you put your contacts into this sequence, it's going to automatically wait 1 week between each of those messages. So David, this is exactly how you would do that. You'd come in, craft those messages. So you'd write each of those 5 messages first, and then you would put those into a workflow like this. Also, guys, by the way, really important here, there is a really great step-by-step video on automation. All you have to do is type in automation. And this is a 13-minute training video. So it's one of our longer training videos, but it is a comprehensive step-by-step of sort of the technical setup of automation. Now, it doesn't talk about some of the strategy as heavily as we will in our live trainings or in discussions, because we don't know what you know until we know it. So the video does not include that. It just talks about the stuff that we know right now. Anyway,
I can't emphasize, Darius, how valuable your training is. I mean, for everyone on this call, everyone in the community here, this is a gift. Darius is a master at it. And I just really have to emphasize the amount of support and community that's involved in the Dubb solution, because Ruben and Darius and Rob have really emphasized the ability to support this community. So I just can't emphasize that enough. And I'm always humbled when I get responses and answers directly from these guys. So
that's honestly one of my favorite things as well, is being able to come and talk to you guys every single weekday. I love to come and support and hear stories and see people return and learn and make progress. So again, super critical for us to make sure we're here every day for you guys. Oh, every weekday. Remember, I said I like my weekends
every weekday.
So, yeah, I like my time.
Qualifying statement there.
Right. Billy had a question. Would the real estate workshop we posted be good for mortgage? I would say, yeah, anyone in those professional services like real estate, mortgage, and insurance, their business is very similar, where it's completely based on the know, like, and trust factor you're able to build with those clients, because they have options, right? You have fierce competition. So anyone in professional services will likely benefit from any of those trainings that are in professional services. So
hey, Darius, I saw that B was asking about SMS. She would like to do something with SMS, but I know that there's some qualifications before you can just blast out SMS, as I recall.
Yeah.
So maybe you could speak to that
right.
a little bit.
Bo, I was going to say I think it's Bo. I think BEA is Bo, right? I did put the article for that in there. So I recommend first check out that article, and then you're like, okay, this is good, or I'm confused. Come to the chat and tell us if you get stuck or if you're ready to roll. So that article is there. And again, come to the live trainings. If you get stuck, we can walk you through that process. Let me see here. We had a couple use cases as well. Jeff had a good question. That was...
I agree, Bill.
Can we host our live classes on Zoom? So Zoom, yes, you can host yours. Like if we're going to take this recording, this of course is going to be hosted in Dubb. So yes, you take all your Zoom recordings and pop them into Dubb, and then you can send them to people, track the results, cut them up, and use it for other content. Absolutely. Great question. And,
also, just an FYI, for training, any coaches, individuals that are doing a lot of training, you can actually use showcases and upload individual training sessions into your showcases to share a single link with the individuals that you're working with. And it allows all of your content to live in one location. So it's not really a part of automation, but it is a part of the value of Dubb and the solution overall.
Right. I'll show Showcase in a second too. Jeff, we have 3,000 students for SMS and email. So the Twilio piece that I mentioned for SMS, you'll be taken care of there. But if you wanted to message 3,000 students at one time repeatedly, that's when we need that tool, that SendGrid article that I shared there. SendGrid is the same company as Twilio, and they really got a corner on the market right now. They have the best prices for bulk email and text message. So it is Wild West for these days still, guys. Regulations are happening, right? Text messages are becoming harder to deliver, just like they did with emails. So it's a great time right now. I can't say what it will be in the years to come, right? It's just going to become more difficult, but it's great right now. And both of those services, it's the same company, essentially, same parent company, but they have the best pricing on mass email and text message. So if you want to send 3,000 a day every day for a month, SendGrid is your best solution there. Both pricing and deliverability. They're really great. Okay, here we go. There are a couple Sierra Interactive. Yes. Okay. The integration with Sierra Interactive, it is already already available. The way that it works is when you're in the Sierra Interactive interface like this, pretend this is Sierra Interactive. Sorry, just use our imagination for a moment here. If this was Sierra Interactive, all you would do is go to the place where you're going to create your email like this, click on the Dubb Chrome extension, and when you go to your videos and click share, it's going to automatically be optimized for Sierra Interactive. This is automatically going to be selected. And if it's not, just click the box and select Sierra. And from there, you can press copy and paste this video into the body of whatever tool that, I mean, Sierra Interactive in this case. But this same function that I'm showing you guys right now, this works for Go High Level, HubSpot, Active Campaign, literally any automation tool that you have. So anything you're already using, perfect. We're designed to integrate with that system. You're just going to copy it right here from the extension and paste it into your favorite tool. So yes, integrations are already available. If you guys have a system that is not on this list, that is not on the integration list, and you would like us to add this, we're constantly adding. We love to make you guys happy. Just shoot us an email at support@dubb.com or email myself and say, hey, we'd like to add this CRM to the list, and we'll work with you to add it. So yes, integrations are, we love integrations. Okay, Dwayne, automate video emails with being able to drop in the client's individual name in mass video emails sent to them, or one video sent to many clients. Okay, so that is, Dwayne, that's something that people have. There's a service called Synthesia, right? You can use it to, there's like these talking avatars out there right now, right? And they're going to make a big burn, and then I think they're going to crash away because it's like a fad, I believe. We'll see. But there are some technologies out there where you can type in like a script, and it's going to take a picture of you, like an avatar or an actor, and it's going to make the mouth move and say some script. That's one way that I've seen where people are using AI to create sort of one video to go to many people. Now, the first time somebody sees that, it's probably going to be interesting. It's probably going to be cool. Although I will say this, there are already advertisements and other softwares and things like that making fun of this, poking fun at it, saying, you don't want to deal with robots, right? It shows the talking avatar face, and it's like, don't deal with that. Deal with people. And that's because in this day and age, we are very frustrated when we're dealing with robots, right? If you go to a website and you have to talk to a robot 15 times before you can speak to a human, or you're on the phone through an automation thing where, for 15 messages before you can speak to a human, those are frustrating people. And I think that the AI thing is going to happen quickly, because as soon as people realize it's not a real person, it's going to break that veil of building that trust. Like, hey, I thought this was a person. And you're like, oh, now you broke my trust. You thought it was you, but it's just a robot. So that's sort of what I've seen already just from early days. People are like, is this a robot? This isn't sort of, but I mean, it's definitely cool. It's cool for the first time you see it, but I believe it's going to be sort of cyclical, but we'll see. Good question.
Well, that's a great example. I was listening to Alex Hermosi. He owns acquisition.com, and he was saying that he built out 2 complete studios and did a lot of production, and then he was in between someplace and he was traveling and he needed to create a video, and he said, I created a video on the fly, which is just my phone, and he says I got twice as much interaction with that video as I did with the produced videos. So the reality is add value in the content, add value in the context of what you're doing, and just continue to add value, and it makes a huge difference in just being authentic and being in place. So I think that's the lesson for me anyway.
Absolutely. Another great question there, Kent. Zoho. Yes, direct integration with Zoho. Same exact function I just showed. In Zoho, there'll actually be a button, and you can insert your videos and send video through any automation taking place in Zoho and track the results. So good. Okay. What else do we got, guys? Maybe another minute here. I want to make sure that we, Bill, there you go. Are we able to create a mini course for an existing database? Bill, actually, I think that's the perfect question for Russ. But the answer is yes. I think that it just depends on how you want to host that course. Like Russ has some of his own sort of things I think he actually does for full course delivery, but I have seen people, speaking of, actually, I said I was going to show you guys the showcase. I have had people put their courses in a showcase. So this is what a showcase is, guys. I'm on a website right now. It's a WordPress page, and I have this showcase embedded as an image. So when I click this, it provides a full page takeover, and this is the showcase. So you can see it's a whole series of videos with a search function, whatever buttons I want there. There's no design, but I could have it designed however I want. And I have seen people deliver an entire course like this. They're like, here's your course, and here's the step-by-step videos to complete your course. Sort of a lo-fi course, right? It's not like a full course platform, but it certainly helps if you're trying to have less moving parts and less software subscriptions, then yeah, Showcase is a powerful way to do that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. You know, we've covered a lot of territory here, so I just want to make sure that everybody has everything that they need. But I also wanted to share with anybody that's interested. I am starting a cohort, Darius, this first of March. So if anybody's interested in being part of a community, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help a group of individuals excel in their Dubb skill set and create their outcomes and their call to action, their presets, everything that needs to be in place in order to accomplish their goals for their business. So, Russ, have you used Learn Worlds with Dubb? I have not personally. Have you, Darius, Learn Worlds?
No, I haven't heard of that one yet. No, I know there's a lot of like little course stuff coming out all the time as well. So
yeah, I mean, I haven't seen an application that hasn't been able to be adopted with the Dubb team. And the reason I actually used Pipedrive, which is another one that integrates with what I have going on LinkedIn, but it also allows me to deliver videos and email at scale as well. So, and now I'm moving over to Dubb for almost all my delivery. So I just really encourage you to look at this and ask questions, get involved in the community, because it's a tremendous opportunity here.
Here's the link to the live training again, guys, just dubb.com/T. You can also register anytime from the dashboard, from the website. Just go to the Dubb website or even on the mobile app, right? Live training right there, right here, right there. Right? It's all over the place. We love to have you guys there. Take a look at this recording. We're gonna publish it after this. We'll share it with everyone that registered. And then when you guys have some time, you've talked about in your brain what you want to automate and you're ready for support, come talk to us and we'll help you build this out. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time today. Appreciate you as always. And I can't wait to see some of your guys' automations or help you build them or have you meet with our friend Russ here. Again, it's the only way to scale your business, scale being the key word. We can all send more emails, make more calls, do all that, but we want to do less of that while making more money. So let's do it. All right. Thank you guys for your time today. Appreciate you. Happy hump day here. See you next time.